Hello students, in this video we are going to learn chapter 16 of standard 4th EVS. Name of this chapter is A Busy Month. Basically this chapter is about different birds. You will get to know about how birds live and what kind of features they have. So in this letter, Gijubai Badeka is a very famous writer, and he writes a letter to you children. Now the address which is mentioned on this in your textbook is Bal Mandir. Bal Mandir is a kindergarten, and where is it situated? In Bhavnagar, and it is dated on 13th April 1936. So it's a quite old letter. Dear children, here as it goes. It is 3 o'clock in the afternoon. There are no clouds in the sky. The sun is burning hot. The sparrows, doves, and sunbirds have started working in pairs. Pairs means in a group of two, as they prepare to make their nests. So here Gijubai Badeka is observing these birds like sparrows, doves, and sunbirds, and he is speaking about them, that what are they doing? Yes, they are starting to prepare their nests. Some of the birds have already made their nests. So he is saying that some birds have made the nests and some have not. In some of these nests, the eggs have hatched. Hatched means when a baby comes out of the egg, it's known as hatching. Breaking of the egg is known as hatching. The parent birds are busy feeding the chicks. Chicks are also known as fledglings. They are baby birds with different kinds of insects and other things. So, as you know, birds, what do birds eat? They eat grains, but other than grains, they also eat some small insects. In our courtyard also, there is a baby dove. There is another egg in the nest, but it has not hatched yet. On the way to Gopal Bhai's house, there are many stones along the roadsides. In the space between these stones, an Indian robin has laid its eggs. Bachchu Bhai showed it to me. I looked through the binoculars. I saw that the nest was made of grass. So, on the way to Gopal Bhai's house, Gijubai notices a small nest of Indian robin. Indian robin is also a kind of bird. It is very small. It is black in color with some white shades, and it has a very thin beak. So, he observes it with the help of a binocular, and he sees that there is, what is it made of? Yes, it's made of grass. On top, there were soft twigs, roots, wool, hair, and cotton wool. So, not just grass, it is also made with all these other objects. This is how the robin makes its nest. What a soft and cozy home for its chicks. The robin is not like the crow. A crow's nest is made of all kinds of things, even pieces of wire and wood. So, a crow's nest is pokey because he uses any least thing to prepare a nest, whereas a robin is very peculiar in choosing comfortable things like soft things like grass, wool, hair that would make its nest soft and cozy for its hatchlings. I saw A baby bird in the robin's nest. It was sitting with its beak wide open. The mouth was red from inside. In a little while, the robin flew to the nest and put something in the chick's open beak, maybe a few small insects. By then, it was evening. The robin settled down with its chick. So, this is the way how a robin builds its nest and also feeds its chicks. Chicks are small babies of robin. You know that a quail sings sweetly. We also know a quail bird by the name of a cuckoo. Do know that this bird does not make its own nest. It lays its eggs in a crow's nest. The crow hatches them along with its own eggs. So, if somebody asks you what kind of a nest does a quail bird make, your answer would be yes, quail bird does not prepare a nest for its chicks. There is a small tree nearby. It has a nest hanging from its branch. Birds are so wonderfully different. The crow builds its nest high up on a tree. The dove makes its nest among the thorns of a cactus plant or a mehendi hedge. So, this mehendi hedge is also a bit thorny and cactus is also thorny. So, doves like to prepare nest between thorny bushes. The sparrow can be found in and around our own house. It makes its nest anywhere, on top of a cupboard, behind a mirror, on the ledge. So, sparrows do not have a particular place to prepare their nest. They can choose any suitable place which they like. Dove also make the nests like this. Often they make nests in old or deserted buildings. The barbet or coppersmith bird can be heard in the summer with its tuck 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 call. It makes its nest in a hole in a tree trunk, and the tailor bird uses its sharp beak to stitch together two leaves on a bush. It lays its eggs in the folds of the leaf that it has made. This is its nest. So, here in this picture you can see how a tailor bird weaves two leaves together, and in between the leaves it stuffs soft things like grass and hair and wool and makes the nest comfortable, and between those leaves it lays its eggs. The sunbird makes a nest that hangs from the branch of a small tree or a bush. The same evening we saw a sunbird's nest. Can you guess what its nest is made of? The nest has hair, grass, thin twigs, dry leaves, cotton wool, bits of tree bark, pieces of cloth, rag, and even spiders' cobwebs. So, as we discussed the nest of a robin, same way a sunbird also uses these kind of objects to make its nest cozy and comfortable for the babies. Here is the picture of a sunbird. Doesn't it look like a hummingbird? It's quite small. When I looked through the binoculars, I could see a chick in the nest. It was sitting near the small opening in the nest. It was waiting for its mother to bring some food. What else can it do? Just eat and sleep? Here you can see the nest of a weaver bird. Weaver birds' nests are very easy to identify since they look so authentic and so special. It looks like a lamp hanging from the tree. Now there is a fact which is given about weaver bird down over here. Let's read it. Do you know about the weaver bird? The male weaver bird makes beautiful woven nests. The female looks at all the nests and chooses the one that she likes the best and decides in which to lay her eggs. So, what a loving gesture that is. It is a lots of hard work for the male weaver bird to make several nests, and it's a liberty of the female weaver bird to select any one of it and decide to lay the eggs in that. Let's read further. All birds are so busy these days. Making a nest and laying the eggs is only the first step. It is a difficult task to raise the young ones in the nest which has been made with so much effort. Birds have many enemies. Human beings and other animals too. Crows and squirrels, cats and rats, all of them wait for a chance to steal the eggs. Many times they even break the nests. So, when you come across such nests of birds, just remember what this letter tries to tell you. It is trying to speak to you that you should not harm or break any nest that you come across, because it has been a lot of hard work. It has been taken a lot of hard work for the birds to make this nest to lay eggs for and raise their hatchlings. To keep oneself safe from danger, to find food, make a nest, hatch the eggs, and raise the chicks safely. All these are tests for every bird. However, the birds still sing with joy and spread their wings and fly freely. So, what a beautiful message has been given over here, and we should adapt this lesson. So many difficulties are faced by the birds, yet what do? Yes, they sing with joy and they spread their wings and fly. So this is what we have to do. In these times of pandemic, there are so many difficulties in your life. You are feeling difficulties studying, you are feeling difficulty understanding, but at the end of the day, what do we have to do? Yes, we have to smile with joy and face all these troubles, keeping in our mind that someday will come when all these troubles will go away and we will be living freely just as we used to do before. And maybe this pandemic, this coronavirus will teach us a lesson to appreciate our togetherness, appreciate the time we have with each other, the time which we had with you children, and that time which you had with us teachers, and we both, you and us, we will try to understand ourselves more better. So this is all for now. Salam, blessings from your Gijubai. Now children, the question answers which are given over here, I will be sending to you an detailed answer for that. And let's read this additional paragraph which is given between the question answers. Birds use the nest only to lay their eggs. After the eggs have hatched and the chicks have grown, they leave the nest. Imagine how it would be if we also had to leave our homes as soon as we learn to walk and talk. After they leave their nest, different kind of birds live at different places. Some on trees, some near or in water, and some on land. Other animals also live at different places, on land, under the ground, in water, and on trees. So here there are different kinds of birds' paws, different kinds of needs. So what kind of paw is required for what kind of need? to swim in water. See over here you can see that it is a webbed paw, so which is helpful for the bird to swim. Now here this kind of paw is used to hold the tree branches, so it is long and it is pointy. Then here this looks like the paw of an eagle, so it is used to catch the prey. Then here this looks like the paw of an ostrich, it is to walk on the land. And this last one to climb the trees. I don't know what kind of bird it is. So here beaks. So first we saw different kind of paws, now we will see different kind of beaks. So eagles have pointed beaks to tear and eat meat. See, it is like a hook, it is a hook type of beak. Then to make holes in wood and tree trunks, a woodpecker has a pointed and sharp beak, and it works very rapidly to dig a hole in the tree. Then to suck nectar from the flowers, sucklebirds or hummingbirds, they have like this a tilted beak. Then to find insects from mud and shallow water. Now cranes and flamingos, birds like them, they have long and pointed beaks so that they can catch the fish from the water. Then to break and crush seeds, birds like sparrows and pigeons have small but strong beaks. And to cut and eat many kinds of food, crows have very big beaks. Now here animals' teeth. You have seen that animals have different types of teeth. Cows have short front teeth for snipping grass, and teeth on the side are large and flat for chewing the grass. Next is cats. Cats have sharp teeth for tearing and cutting meat. Then snakes have sharp curved teeth, but they do not chew their prey, they always swallow their food whole. So that is just for us to bite us, not for food eating. Squirrels' front teeth keep growing throughout their life. They have to keep gnawing on things to keep their teeth from becoming too long. So that is why squirrels bite things and eat. Now here is you have to write about your. So with this we end our lessons. I hope that you all understand, you are more aware about how birds live and how they go about, how they build their nest, and for what purpose do they build nest. Next time when you come across a bird's nest, you better take care of it and don't harm the nest, don't break the nest, and try to observe what kind of nest do birds make. Different kinds of birds make different kinds of nest. They all do not have the same kind of nest. So it is better that you observe the nest so that you will learn more about them. Thank you. Have a nice day. God bless you all.